Come on in, come on in. Yes, it's another edition of the Weekly Entertainment News Podcast. I'm your brother Hiram Hakeem, and once again, I'm in the building. Yo, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, let somebody know we do this thing every week here in Akron, Ohio. We like to call it Blackburn, Ohio. And of course, you know, we represent the Reporter newspaper. The Reporter newspaper been in business for over 50 years. And this is the headquarters that's getting it to you in the digital airwaves or you on social media. It is my responsibility. Of course, you know, when I'm here, I got to be talking about that entertainment news. And we give it to you not only from a cultural perspective, from a hip hop perspective, but we also dabble in some sports as well. But we're going to kick this thing off right. You know what I like to do? I don't like to keep you. I like to treat you. Speaking about treating you, we're going to treat you to some Usher Raymond and Chris Breezy this summer. You already see it.
Let's go.
It came out April the 10th that these two brothers was going to finally hit the stage together. They said it's going to be a stadium tour, right? Big people are supposed to turn out to this thing. Now, here's the thing. You already know Chris Brown representing a particular age demographic. You already know Usher Raymond represents a different age demographic. But one thing we do know, it's going to be a whole bunch of ladies, whole bunch of beauties, from young ones to old ones. I'm talking about from 18 to late 40s, mid 50s, okay? At any rate, it's going to be an incredible money-making tour. We don't know if it's going to be an international tour. We know it's going to be right now as we speak, it's going to be a nationwide tour. Haven't yet been told it's going to be all over the world right now. But with those two superstars, we know it has the capabilities of being a big tour. A lot of people saying it's going to be a lot of flying going around. It's going to be the event. They should call it the Avengers Tour with all this Negro flying and stuff like that. It's going to be some skating. It's going to be some nice set. Guard your chick. That's all I got to say. Make sure you keep your woman from the front row. Speaking about the front row, now these are early estimates, okay? Early estimates of what they're saying that the tickets is going to be. They say the tickets is going to range, and this was talking about premium seating, $275 to $350. These are early guest estimates. We don't know where the show is going to be at right now. They haven't said it, but the tour is definitely set to go. Tickets is going on sale. They said on through Live Nation and Ticketmaster, April the 16th. Keep your ears connected to me. As soon as they come across my desk, I'm going to give it to you. You know we do it. We give it to you, the news here and there, all right? Speaking about the news, we already know Coachella, okay, is in the air. It happens all the way over there. It happened already. A lot of people showed up. And for those of you who don't know what Coachella is, it's a celebration of how diverse, how eclectic music is. And as far as if you ask me, you got to have the right person to go with you because there's so many different styles of music there. So if I'm taking a lady who just like to listen to Carl Thomas, Jodeci, or let's just say somebody who like to listen to Tyler, the Creator, well, guess what? You're going to have to put up with a lot of other different styles of music because it's an eclectic celebration of music. If you don't like Cardi B, then don't go to Coachella. If you don't like Offset, don't go to Coachella. Speaking about Offset, you already know he was there. A lot of other people was there as well. Big ups to Jason Bieber. Big ups to Sway Lee. To my understanding, he didn't get to perform all of his stuff. And like I said, I like to give a shout out to everybody that showed up and everything, and that showed up and showed out. Speaking about some people that showed up and showed out, it looked like my man Offset actually showed up doing his first appearance, okay, after being shot. So that was some big news, but he's also in the news for something else. Offset is also in the news for skipping out on $100,000 credit line of credit in the Detroit casino. Now listen, I got to keep it a buck. We already know my man Offset just got dealt with the dirty way in a casino down in Florida, okay? Well, prior to that, he had took out a line of credit in the Detroit casino. Of course, he was good for it. It was all to the good. But apparently, when they went to run his credit card for it. I guess they was looking for him first before they ran it. And then they ran it. And guess what? Money was not there. Insufficient funds. They tried to get caught up with him. One of the spokesmen from Offset said, unfortunately, some things happened down in Florida. He was not ready to handle that particular Detroit business. And in the event, they say they're looking for a resolution right now. I'm going to tell you what the resolution was, or should be. The resolution should be, as it is said, a lot of people trying to make some funny about it, that he had no money. He had to have money to get the line of credit. He just didn't have the money on his person or maybe in that particular bank account when the car was hit. We also know the brother was hit and also hit. He was in the hospital, so he couldn't handle all his business, or the people that handle his business couldn't handle his business. So what I'm saying is, let's try not to look negative on the brother and disrespect the brother's situation like he's a broke guy. He obviously was doing the show just recently. Big ups to my man Offset for making this song and dance happen, and hopefully he's making that payback in Detroit. Coincidentally, we shouldn't be gambling anyway. Speaking about gambling, it's not a gamble when we talk about the Reporter newspaper. The Reporter newspaper invites you to not only get a subscription, but they invite you to join them online at the Reporter newspaper online.com. That's right, the Reporter newspaper online.com is Akron's premier only black publication. Been in business for over 50 years, narrating our black stories, our black glories. They are definitely instrumental in telling folks what's going on, not only here in Akron, not only here in the African American community here in this particular demographic, Northeastern Ohio, but it's also worldwide. That's right. You can check them out on the web at the Reporter newspaper online.com. They invite you to get involved so you can see what's going on, not just here in the diaspora. That means every place outside of America. Outside of Africa. Black folks on the continent as well of Africa and outside of the continent in the diaspora. They invite you to read about that. Read about what's happening to us all over the world in this here newspaper called the Reporter newspaper. All right. You already know I like to keep it conscious. Okay. I also like to keep it in the little sports. We're going to talk about, when we talk about sports, we got to talk about the Cleveland Browns. As you can see, I represent them Cleveland Browns, and I don't make no mistake. I don't want you to make no mistake. I don't make it no secret that I'm biased when it comes to this here football and sports talk. Okay. I'm not a sports dude. I'm an entertainment dude that sees entertainment wide range. I think wrestling is entertainment. I think sports are entertainment, football is entertainment, basketball, hell, I think all of those things, video games, comic books, anything like that, music and everything is entertainment. If you are enjoying the entertainment value of a thing, then I got to report on that thing. Speaking about that, listen, we're going to talk about some sports today. We're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns. And the question I want to know is, first up, before I even ask the question, we're going to talk about, because I wrote some notes, race and the cultural differences in the media space, okay? We're going to talk about race and the cultural differences in the media space. To make it simple, why do it seems like black folks, when we say a thing in the media space, we are favoring black folks, okay? Or when white folks say a thing in the media space, it seems like they are favoring white folks because there's cultural differences. That's right, and then you shouldn't be ashamed of representing your culture when you're speaking freely. We got freedom of speech. I'm not gonna bite my tongue, tap dance, boot lick, and butt kiss because it's something I want to say that has to be said. And I'm not gonna hate on somebody that got something that they want to say from a cultural perspective. I'm gonna respect that thing. As you can see, I got my dictionaries. I studied the dictionary. Okay, I am a journalist, so I like to know what I'm saying, and also, and more importantly, I want you to know what I'm saying. So I look at the dictionary. I got the Black's Laws Dictionary. I got the Oxford Dictionary. If you look around my office, there's a lot of dictionaries around. Some people think they holy books because some of them is on pedestals. They open, but I keep the dictionary right by me because I write for a living. That's what I do. I teach. Okay, the same stuff. We teach media arts, and I teach journalism and stuff like that. And I also write for this here newspaper. But the subject matter today is race and the cultural differences in the media space. I already told you there's some differences and everything, but I want you to check out my homework I just did so you can understand something. Now, the question is, that's going on in Cleveland right now is who should be the number one quarterback. The bigger question is, why are we talking about this? Well, you also should know we're talking about this, especially in this particular area in Cleveland, Ohio, the Cleveland media, is because what? It sells. Okay, a wise man told me, Uncle Luke, that's right, Uncle Luke from Two Live Crew, told me directly on the phone, controversy sell records. Well, Brother Luke, I see and raise you. It don't only sell records, it sells movies, it sells fights, it sells news, and it also nowadays sells clicks. And this media thing, speaking about it being online, it's about moving clicks forward. It's about getting your numbers up, your views up. Here, I'm not pressed about it. I write for a newspaper, and I move the newspaper. Coincidentally, right now, we're trying to do the same thing online. So let's talk about it. He said controversy sells records. Now, let me give you the definition of controversy, the standard definition. I'm going to read my notes because I wrote it down. You see my dictionaries here. It's a prolonged public dispute or debate typically arising from strongly conflicting opinions, opposing views, or disapprovals regarding a specific matter. That's what a controversy is. Let me tell you what the Oxford Dictionary said. That's the blue one. It says a public discussion, argument about something that many people strongly disagree about. So now you know what I'm talking about. When they say controversy sells, the number one controversy is right now, it's the same thing that happened last year that moved the needle for the Cleveland Browns, that kept us in the public eye, kept us getting clicks and kept us getting news articles with us, was the quarterback spot. It is a public discussion or argument about something people strongly disagree about. And Shedeur Sanders right now, culturally speaking, is something people strongly speak about. You got the black side, you got the white side, you got the African side, you got the European side. Both are debating. Hell, I saw one guy on 92.3 literally show his race card. I'm talking about a European man, a white man. Show his race card, and he sounded completely racist if I was a one-dimensional person who thinks from an one-dimensional perspective. He was literally talking about what he see from his cultural understanding, which made it one-dimensional, which some would say it was a racist statement. What he said about our dear brother Shedeur. Now, I'm not going to repeat exactly what he said, but he know what he said because it stopped the thing, and everybody froze when he said it. I am telling you, at the end of the day, I noticed it as well. They try to sweep it under the rug real quick, but I noticed as well. See, what happens when you try to do controversy does sells. But sometimes you got to understand, is this stressed controversy? Is this something that we are literally trying to do purposely? Or is just a controversial statement that I'm saying? I'm here to tell you, most people are doing it with the intent, especially these days, to move the needle. That's why every time you turn around, they're talking about Shedeur. Hell, that's why I do it. I mean, I'm literally doing it because it's interesting, but I'm also doing it is because it's a public discussion that people are disagreeing about publicly, okay? But listen, it's another word that they use when it comes to our black quarterbacks as a whole. They say they cocky, they selfish, they too flashy, they ghetto, and they this, that, and the third, they're arrogant. Okay? Arrogant. I always thought a quarterback got to be assured of who he is. I always thought he had to be confident on who he is. And why is that vilified when white folks say that about us? And you may ask yourself, what do you mean? They say that about us. They don't. They don't say we are confident and assured of ourselves. No, they say something else. They say we're arrogant and conceited, self-centered and stuff like that. Well, when they say white folks is that, they use a positive word. That word is moxie. I love the moxie he has. Hell, I just saw somebody who now works for the Giants. I don't know if it's offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, or whatever. They said when he saw Jackson Dart in the combine, he saw the moxie that he had, and he was happy to see it. He said people galvanized around his moxie and stuff like that. So if you hear these words and you don't know what they mean, thanks to the Oxford Dictionary, I am going to give it to you right now. So you ask yourself, well, wait a minute. Why can't black people have moxie? I'm gonna tell you why, because they think you don't know what the hell it means, and it's not in our lexicon. But here today, brothers, I'm giving it to you. Moxie means a force of character. Now you might say, okay, what the hell is force of character? I'm gonna read it to you. It's individuals the force of character is individuals' inner strength, determination, or fortitude to uphold their values, beliefs, and principles, especially in a challenging or difficult situation. So why the hell? We know Shedeur Sanders has been through an arduous situation last year. We also know he's been through some chaotic times and some difficult situations. So how come his confidence is not considered a force of character? How come he can't have moxie? Because he can't, because they don't talk like that about black people. They talk about that about other people. He has moxie. Say it with me. He has moxie. We need to wear some shirts that says Shedeur Sanders is the definition of moxie, or moxie equals Shedeur Sanders. Again, force of character, which is moxie, is force of character. You got to look up the word the term force of character, because when you look up the term moxie, it's going to give you force of character. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Individuals' inner strength, determination, and fortitude to uphold their values, beliefs, and principles, especially in a challenging or difficult situation. Listen, I'm just trying to tell you, you have to know what you're talking about, or know what other people are talking about, to understand what they are saying. And another thing they're talking about, before I get out of here, they talk about this quarterback controversy. It means something that we're saying to keep your interest, okay, and all this here stuff. And then it should be a competition. That's what they say. It should be a competition between Deshaun Watson and my man Shedeur Sanders, okay? But when you look up the word competition, you got to know what it means. We do know what it means. It means simply it's a rivalry, contest, or a match. They want to put two people against each other that shouldn't be. Now, I know the money was already given. I believe that the money is, like I said before, it's spilled milk. It's done. But you want my man, Shedeur Sanders, to be in competition, or to be a rivalry, or to have a rivalry with someone should be teaching them. You ain't going to be able to respect them wholeheartedly when you going toe-to-toe with somebody that was yesteryear, and I'm saying I'm here. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm looking forward. You're the past. You spilled milk, bruh. Anyway, I can go on days and days, but I'm not. I think I'm going to put a pin in it. Keep in mind, we do this thing every week, a couple of times a week. Again, I am your brother Hiram Hakeem, for the Reporter newspaper. Until next time, y'all better film me before they kill me, y'all. Peace.
Whole nother frequency, bitch, G.O.D. what the fuck is a mug? Nigga be fake, won't leave him snuggly. He undercover, then fucking, we talking a minute. It's all in this stuff, nigga, fuck is you saying? Bird, bitch, get your skull. We ain't going back and forth by the door. We ain't going back and forth by the door. Wash, halu, ella, ilaha, illallah. We come in the name of the source. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We flipping niggas out the porch. Niggas in Paris, somebody J version, boss on Jane Harden, but they think they the highest. We locking them up, you get caught with the smoke, get your flame darkened. They shoot a shot, but I ain't far. Just fuck around, hit the same target back to back.